Hi fellas, regarding the Tommy Robinson and Britain First setup, because that's what it was, a jail setup. Certainly more blatant in the case of Britain First, because there was anti-terrorism police involved when they were shouting a few insults at four migrant refugee rapists of a 16-year-old virgin kid. I mean, this is what they did. Held a hostage above a kebab shop for 2 hours, raping every way imaginable. You know, poor little frightened, pale-skinned girl. This is what their prophet did. You know, it's in their book. I mean, most of them don't know it or only know a little bit about it, but you know, they're allowed to do this to our girls because they, in their ideology, so shockingly for you university plonkers and you government plonkers, shockingly, they are the master race, and our only purpose in the world, as far as their ideology is concerned, is to be their slaves. You know, and their aggressive, barbaric ideology spread throughout the Middle East and Southern Europe by stealing and selling slaves, mainly sex slaves and labour slaves. And as you can imagine, you know, from the treatment that was meted out to some of them black guys, you know, chopping bits off them, chopping lots of bits off them, actually made them more valuable. So they carried on slashing for hundreds of years, 1400 years. Regarding our Tommy, I mean, as you know, he helped found the EDL, and the other Patriots, Paul, they had some connections with a group called the BNP years ago. Well, again, you know, it started off with these. These were the first people. The BNP and Nick Griffin is still on YouTube now interviewing a woman called Karen Downes, D-O-W-N-E-S. You can still see the interview, it's still there, shockingly. And this poor woman's daughter was killed by a pervert, or perverts, her and a friend, both disappeared, and they were allegedly, I don't think they were proven guilty for it, they allegedly cut a body up and sold it to people. They cut the body up, a human little 14-year-old body, and fed it to customers. I mean, this is true. Do it. Have a look, Karen Downes case. They've took most of the videos off, but the BNP, and the EDL, they were the only people brave enough to actually say, look, these people have been attacking girls regularly. They all know about it. They own loads of properties up Blackpool, and you know, something should be done about it to stop it. And oh, they were same as Tommy. They were through in jail. They were threatened with legal action. They couldn't demonstrate near the shop, and you know, they were silenced the same way they silenced Tommy, basically with legal threats. And then you've got the government guys like Theresa May. Obviously knows nothing at all about this ideology. I mean, for her to come out and say what she did about Tommy, and especially Britain First, being a hateful organisation, breeding hate and division. Well, what about the people running people over with cars on Westminster Bridge and lorries in Nice? You know, what was it, killing 20, 30 people? What about the 22 mums and kids that were targeted deliberately in Manchester at the Manchester Arena bomb? Isn't that a bit racist and hateful, do you think? Oh no, but they get a free pass because under law, those people are now, quote, a protected group under law. Our girls aren't. Our girls have been ignored for really 25 years, getting raped always, losing their virginities to filthy old 30, 40-year-old men, racist men who wouldn't ever dare go near any of their own girls. But that's okay, is it? Because we've got an aggressive, loud, dominant 5% that's weaseling its way into the Labour Party. I mean, up Telford and in Rotherham, I've seen a picture of the Telford MPs, Telford councillors, beg your pardon, and everyone in Telford, except bar the chairperson, belongs to a certain ideology. It belongs to a non-European, non-Western ideology. So is it any wonder that they buried these mass rape crimes, these poor girls committing suicide, these poor girls having terminations, you know, losing all their faith in mankind, you know, just at that age when a girl should be cherished and looked after and treated with gentleness and eased into probably womanhood at 16 or whatever. Oh no, they wouldn't wait for that, because they're not even allowed to be with our girls. Do you know that? So every time they go after them, it's to rape them. because their book says we are all dirty scum. They are the masters of the earth, and our women are just whores and prostitutes. This is what this ideology really sustains, has been saying for 1400 years. So I don't know what's happened to our Tommy. He might have just decided to take a break for a while, or it could be he's on it could be he's got anti-terrorism police bloody guarding his house, keeping him indoors. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. We obviously just want the far right, as to call it, to go away. I mean, look at the BBC. All these plonkers that know nothing about this ideology, but all want to call anyone that criticises it racist, Nazis, what have you. The absolute plebs, absolute Islamic ignoramuses who are all on 120, 130, well, more in the case of the reporters. The councillors are all on 120, 130 grand a year. The coppers are all on 50, 60,000 a year, most of it tax-free from housing allowance. You know, these are the people that we're entrusting with our relatively poor girls, the girls from council estates, the girls who are from single mums, where the guys buggered off, or the guys died, or, you know, and then you get these who haven't got much money, and you get these guys posing in the Audis and the VW Golf GTIs, you know, oh, you know, be with me, you know, we will have a secret affair, don't tell your mother, you know, we will have babies together, but within, you know, they take the virginity and within a week and a half, they get all the mates climbing into them. It's disgusting. They've all got each other's numbers. You know, they've got their nephews' numbers, their brothers' numbers, even their uncles come round and have a go. And they all make money off this poor little girl's body. Disgusting ideology, it really is. So all the best to Tommy. Sorry I digressed a bit, I do this sometimes. But basically, it's all a big setup, we know this. It's the same as, similar way, we tried to stop the votes for ordinary people, and they massacred people in the streets with hussars in Manchester, the Peterloo massacre. Similarly, when the Labour Party started, they killed and oppressed them to try and suppress the Labour Party, but as we know, it didn't work, unfortunately. Okay, see you guys, bye bye.